Hello and welcome to...
What was that?
Hello and welcome to Minisode 47.
Minisode 47?
We're back.
We are.
Have you missed us?
Do you know how many weeks it's been?
I think it's only been 2, but it feels like ages.
This is 4.
What?
Yeah, 4.
Wow.
So,
Is it actually?
Yeah, I looked.
Wow. Sorry, guys.
Mm.
We kind of moved house, so...
Yeah, we were busy doing other things. I think
busy.
everything took a hit, really, so...
Yeah, but we're back. And also, in that time, we've been to some theme parks. Some more theme parks.
More?
Yep.
Not theme parks, theme park.
True, just one. It just seems like a lot after not doing anything to actually have stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
You know. We went to Oakwood.
We did.
Which was my first time going to Oakwood.
Yeah.
And you hadn't been since 2016.
Yeah, 2016.
Although not a lot's changed, has it?
No. So I went in May 2016, and yeah, we went again in May of this year.
Mm-hmm.
And, I went in knowing what to expect. I didn't think that much would change, but I mean, what did you expect from Oakwood?
It's difficult because the day we went, it was very quiet. I don't know if that's how quiet it normally is.
Well, probably not every day, right?
Yeah,
every theme park has its quiet days and its busy days.
Yeah, but this was another level of quiet.
Yeah.
Which I think if it wasn't that quiet, I would have had a different perception of it.
Right.
Whereas the perception I have is that it's a bit... I'm trying to think of the right word now. There's just not a lot going on. It didn't have great vibes of woohoo,
no, but
we're cool kind of thing.
But you're right, that kind of comes with people.
Yeah. And that's why I think if it was busier, it wouldn't have been as tragic as it was.
Yeah, no. An empty park, definitely has a different vibe to a busy one. But at the same time, it swings and roundabouts, right? An empty park is an empty park. You can do more. Yeah,
but it's not the same.
No.
It's just a bit I don't know, it just makes you think, well, why is no one else here?
Yeah.
And it's not, I'm not talking a normal quiet day. I'm talking when we arrived, which was at 10:20, there was 5 to 10 cars in the car, literally 5 to 10 cars. So it was quiet. It was the quietest theme park I've ever been to. Which is fine because, like you say, we can ride stuff multiple times, but it just doesn't have the same energy.
No.
Or excitement to ride those rides in the first place.
Yeah, you're right. It definitely doesn't.
But it's a shame because it's not a bad park, and they actually have coasters. So I don't know why. Do you know what I mean? It's not it's just for kids or it's just got a really crap ride in it.
No, but yeah, it is in Wales in the middle of
I think
nowhere,
that's the problem, isn't it?
Right. So yeah, and it was a Friday that we went.
Yeah.
So it's not exactly a peak day.
No.
So I wonder how busy the day after would have been,
or even later into summer kind of thing.
Well, this is it, yeah. If we go on a summer Saturday, I'm sure it'll be busy. I'm sure they'll be running, more trains on things. Mm-hmm. Well, I told you before that videos from opening day of this year, that it was relatively busy. They had multiple trains on the coasters and there were queues for stuff. So.
It could be as well, it was predicted to rain as well. Not that it's ever sunny here, but,
Yeah, it was predicted to rain quite a bit, wasn't it? So
yeah. But anyway, what I mean is, despite the weird vibes, I think it's pretty decent for what... considering no one ever talks about it, really. It's not bad. It's not bad, is it?
Yeah. The one thing that, for me, is quite striking about the park is that it's... Empty is not the right word, but it is the right word, if that makes sense. It's very much...
There's just grass.
Yeah.
Bits of grass where there should be something there. I don't know what. I know what you mean. And it is quite spread out as well. And it's got a couple of big hills where there's not a lot going on other than it's a hill.
Yeah. But I like parks that are like that. I like parks that have a lot more space.
Yeah, but what I was trying to think is, why does it feel different to what Towers is, even though obviously Towers is huge compared to it, but Towers has areas of grass and it's spread out, but why does it felt a bit more incomplete than Towers does.
There's no focal point.
Yeah.
A lot of the space at Towers are in front of the gardens, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whereas in front of the towers, even whereas Oakwood has no real focal point. There isn't like a big tower, a big structure or anything as the hey, everyone look at this.
Yeah.
You know, and that for Towers brings that kind of view all together, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Whereas Oakwood's is all the space is kind of slap bang in the middle of everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
But as you said, it is hilly, so they can't really use the space.
No. And that's probably why it's just been left.
Exactly, yeah.
But I feel like they should plant stuff in it or something.
Yeah.
Just to break it up a bit, because it just seems like it's missing something.
Mm.
It seems a bit unfinished, whereas when you walk in Towers, you don't feel like, oh, they forgot to do that bit, kind of thing.
No, but again, I think that if you took away the towers, it would feel like that. Having just this empty space at the end of Tower Street wouldn't really make sense in front of the lake. I don't know. I think it's that site that brings it all together and really makes it work.
No, but like Oakwood's different because there's no one big expanse of grass like at Towers. It's things like there's just a small square of grass that here and there.
Yeah.
Kind of thing where they could put something there. I don't know how to describe it. It just seems like, obviously, because they're not raking it in like Towers are, they can't invest in like more theming or more I don't know what the word is.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I get what you mean.
I'll tell you one thing the hill's good for though. The bobsled.
Oh yeah.
Why don't they just put 3 more in on all the hills?
But they made the hill bigger, didn't they? Like,
yeah, they had
even bigger than what it was before. Go on then, bobsled.
Yeah. I liked it more than I thought it was, because it's not really a ride, is it? Like, it's not a coaster or anything.
No, this isn't a bobsled coaster. This is
Literally
an alpine coaster,
Yeah.
but not a coaster. It's the half pipe, go down a tube kind of deal. You know, on little carts that you have a brake, manually brake.
I found it really funny. And the thing with those is, especially like bobsled coasters, I don't like how it can freely move about in the half pipe.
That's the whole point.
I want to be on a track. Yeah, but with this, like, you were in the half pipe, but like you can really move around a lot.
Oh, you could. If you were bombing it around those corners, you would move.
I didn't go that fast to do that.
You would tip.
That's dangerous then. That's dangerous. But I just found it really funny. Yeah. And I'd never done that before. And it's quite different, isn't it? Like, is there another one in the UK at a theme park?
Probably not at a theme park anymore. Yeah. There used to be loads. Like, there used to be ones at Towers.
Really?
Yeah. Down where
I like them.
The Oblivion Hills, like hillside.
Oh, no way!
Yeah.
Why'd they get rid of that?
Well, for Oblivion,
everything else,
like proper rides.
That's cool, isn't it?
Yeah. No, it's a neat little ride, and it looks nice. You know, it's like a good use of the empty space. Yeah. And the queue line infrastructure is quite nice. I wonder when it was made, because it's like
that queue line must be newer than the actual thing, surely.
It's one of the nicer looking rides in the park. You know. But yeah, no, it's a lot of fun. Zoe went extremely slow on our first go.
No, I didn't.
So then I rode again separately and didn't go as
nearly
slow.
Died.
Well, nearly died. I could have gone way faster. But you never want to, you know, if I went around a few times, you'd go faster each time, right? Because you get to learn how fast you can go around some of the corners. So,
or how slow you can go in my case.
Yeah. To the point where you're barely making it around the last turn.
It was great. There's a huge sign saying stop, and you're like, don't brake, don't brake.
Because it's like, it tells you to stop way too early.
Yeah, but
you don't need to put your brake on until you're on that like final corner halfway through it.
Yeah, but I don't know what the situation is, so there might be a really sharp bend coming up, and that's why they're telling me to stop.
You saw it, mate.
Wow.
So you got to visualise the layout. You got to know what you're going to do.
I trust in the signs.
Never trust the signs.
Always trust the signs, guys.
I mean, that wasn't our first ride, was it? Our first ride was...
Remember? Oh. Our first ride was on Megaphobia.
Yeah. Megaphobia, first train of the day, in the very back row.
Lovely. Absolutely lovely.
Yeah, I don't know why, but the guy...
the guy wanted us to die.
Well, he sat us in the back.
Yeah.
Which I don't get. When all the other rows were empty, there was us in row 12 and then other people in row 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know
Bizarre.
why. It was. But yeah, first
And
train of the day.
also, we wanted to go on front row because it's smoother.
Uh-huh. What did you think?
It was awful.
Well, what did you expect first?
That, but I
Right.
didn't think it would be real.
Yeah, so...
It was like my worst nightmare of what it would be came true.
So you expected like Grand National level
Yeah.
roughness, but in a more interesting
Yeah,
layout.
yeah. But
I mean, that's what it is.
and then I was like, brilliant. Well, I'm gonna die here now.
It's a cool looking coaster, though, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I love it.
Looks really
I love
nice.
it. Right? It's cool, but it's just not my thing.
No.
And I legit nearly like cried the whole time because it hurts so much.
Yeah.
It's just not it's not enjoyable. So then why would I go on? The whole time I'm just thinking, ow, ow,
Yeah.
ow.
There's definitely some hills, like the bottom of the hills, that really just break you.
Yeah.
The bottom of the first drop in the back is a back killer.
Thing is, like, some rides it hurts and it kills your back, but then you have moments of like, oh, airtime, or oh, that was a nice corner.
Oh, this has those. Don't be silly.
The whole time I didn't
It's
have
not.
any. No, to me, I didn't have any of those things, which is why I didn't want to go on it again.
Well, no, it definitely, like most wooden coasters, it's only the real intense positive G-force moments where you're hitting the bottom of hills that you really feel the damage, you know. It's all those bits. Yeah, the drop is phenomenal though. Like,
I really wasn't like computing any of it.
It's really good. It's a real shame because in the back, obviously, you get whipped over it.
Yeah.
And then it's like bliss until you start to level out.
Yeah.
And then you just instantly go.
But you know what it is
Hit
like?
the floor.
I can even enjoy it because you know when you like can tell it's about to
Yeah.
whip you and you're just waiting
Yeah.
for it to happen and you're like, oh my god.
Yeah. I mean, you didn't ride it after, did you?
Nope.
Again, because you're too scared to.
Never again.
When we go back,
I will only ride front
yeah,
row.
no, you need to, because later in the day, I rode in the front. Well, I rode in the back again first when it had warmed up, and it was definitely more vicious, which was great, but also not great, you know. But then, I rode in the front, and it's just so strange. Obviously,
It's like a whole new ride.
yeah, it's got loads of nice cushions, right? Like those kind of wooden coasters have big, thick cushions.
Because when we sat down, I was like, this is all right.
Yeah, but there's a reason they have big,
seat's
thick
okay.
cushions, right?
Yeah, but
that is the reason.
I thought it would help quite a lot, but it did not.
I mean, it obviously does. Can you think of what it would be like without it?
Yeah, that's true.
Exactly.
You wouldn't be able to go on it.
No. But yeah, no, in the front, the cushions do what you'd expect them to do, which
But
is...
it can't be the cushions then.
No, obviously not, but the cushions like...
It feels like they're doing
completely
it.
dampen everything.
Yeah.
You know, to the point where you are moving in your seat, and you are like, you know...
Yeah.
But
so
you
it's
don't
like,
feel anything.
It's like when you're not on a wheel seat on a Blackpool ride.
Yeah.
Where it's still janky, but like you're protected almost.
Well, I wouldn't even call it janky at that point. It rides like a wooden coaster, but you don't feel any of the pain.
So like Wicker Man.
Yeah.
Okay.
But even more, because it's even more padded, smoother.
Get out of town.
No, seriously.
Why is that then?
Because I don't know. But, well, it's just more padded, right? Wicker Man isn't as padded as...
No, I mean, why is the front so different to the back?
I don't know.
We need a video on that,
It's just
please.
a thing on wooden coasters
physics.
that the front is always... Maybe because it leads the train, I don't know. Like, it's the one to navigate the layout, so it doesn't have to deal with...
It's not being
rattling.
rattled down the whole thing.
Exactly.
It must be that, isn't
Perhaps
it?
it's the driving one, so you take the layout as
the
cleanly as
further
possible.
back you go, like you've got the rattle from the ones in front of you coming down. So when you're at the back, it's got all the rattle of the whole thing.
Who knows? Someone probably knows, but
Absolute nightmare.
But no, it is it actually is fantastic. In the front for sure. Yeah. Riding that in the front makes you realise that I kind of like wooden coasters a lot.
I know you do. Did you not realise that before?
No, I already knew, but it kind of just reaffirmed that.
Mm-hmm.
But this is it. I don't like wooden coaster roughness. You get those elite people who will ride Megaphobia loads of times.
For the roughness.
For the roughness, right? But definitely not for me.
No.
There's a line of how much... I can deal with being thrown around, right?
Yeah, but it bends your body.
No, I know.
In
this
bizarre...
is it. I could deal with that, but I can't deal with it, like, the pumping where it basically just, like, somehow decompresses you like jumps up and then straight down
Yeah.
and slams you into the seat.
Yeah.
I can't deal with that.
No.
Yeah, I don't mind being thrown around in corners or even thrown around a bit, but yeah, as soon as you slam down into the seat, that ain't it.
No.
But I do like wooden coasters.
It's a shame. Like this is why I don't get why people aren't talking about Oakwood more, because that ride's there.
Oh, they
Like,
do,
that's-
but it's just because it's so out there.
Yeah,
that
out
not
of the
many
way.
people have been there.
Right.
You know.
But I don't like. That's like a proper wooden coaster, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's better than like all the. So as a pure roller coaster, front row, in my opinion, front row Megaphobia is better than Wicker Man,
Mhm.
right?
I would kind of agree with you.
Yeah, as a pure roller coaster for sure. Because it's more interesting, right? It has more interesting elements.
Yeah.
Beats all the Blackwell coasters hands down.
It's
'cause they're all
really
boring.
nice, you know. Like the layout's cool.
Yeah, the layout's
it's on
really cool.
It's on a lake or
Yeah.
whatever that thing is.
And it's big.
It's big.
It's massive. It's got a bigger
It's
drop than
got
most
good
of the other
views
coasters.
to it. Like
Yeah,
you can
for
watch
sure.
it well,
Yeah.
and then you look at the rest of the park and you cry.
But this is it, right? Yeah, it's just because it's in Oakwood in Wales that people
Yeah.
haven't had the chance to ride it.
Oh, poor Wales.
Yeah, it is underrated. As is the other roller coaster in the park, or the other
Mm-hmm.
big roller coaster, Speed.
Mhm.
What do you think about that? What did you expect first? This is a Gerstlauer Eurofighter, which we have quite a few of in the UK, so you've been on Soar before.
Yeah.
There's also Rage at that park at
Rage?
Southend.
Oh,
What is it?
right.
I don't want to say Fantasy Island because it's not Fantasy Island, but it's something Adventure Island.
Okay.
Adventure Island?
Don't know. No
Something like
idea.
that.
It was what I expected it to be.
Yeah.
Essentially, imagine like Saw
Yeah.
and make it chonky.
Make it chunky.
Yeah.
It's not
it
bigger
felt
than
like,
Saw.
but it felt big.
I don't know how tall it is, actually.
Don't you think? No, not the height of it.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the seat and the track and everything was just bigger.
But it's not, though, right? So...
You're joking, it's not.
No, it's not. Of course it's not. Why would it be?
But it's like beefy.
It's the same layout. I mean, the same ride system. It's all the same.
Right, well, it did not feel like that at all.
But that's because...
it felt so big, so much bigger than Saw.
Because on Saw, you can't get very close. The only thing you get close to is that first drop, right?
No, but the train as well.
No, it's the same. It's got a different design in the sense that the nose sticks out. You know,
Right.
Saw's like very
Maybe that's
blocky.
what it is then.
Yeah, but the width and everything is the same.
It just felt bigger.
It's taller than Saw, actually. It's
Not
115
tall.
feet.
It didn't feel taller. It felt just big.
Yeah.
And like all the elements were like quite big and like sweepy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It wasn't like whippy and dipping in and out and stuff
No,
like
no,
that like
it is-
Saw is.
yeah,
it was
it
like
is.
it was like a like a wing kind
It's
of
more graceful.
feel. Yeah.
Yeah, because, yeah, you're right. It's like extended out.
Mm-hmm. It hurt the level that I was expecting, which was like bearable because you had moments where it was quite smooth.
I think it is relatively smooth.
Yeah, but
I don't know what the worst bit of it is.
no, it's fine. But it's like Smiler or Saw. In
Yeah.
the fact that it's obviously not going to be smooth because it's not how it's programmed to be, which is fine because that's what I was expecting.
Yeah, I don't really know. I think the worst part is probably the turnaround and the loop.
Yeah.
And everything else
The
is
loop,
fine. The loop was quite bad, but I don't get why. I don't know how it could be bad.
No, it was intense, but yeah. The end had a lot of like smooth bits.
Yeah, the whole end.
But it's funny
was
because
good.
it does that thing like on Hero where it goes really smooth and you're like, wow, this is so nice. And then it goes and like goes back into it
What
again.
bit?
Like when you're doing like helixes and stuff at the end, and then
Yeah.
it will like turn a certain corner and it will start being rough again.
Ah, I
and
didn't
it
get
just
that
like
for
does
sure.
a switch.
Yeah, I mean that happens on Hero because as soon as you start moving left or right, that's when the train can't deal with itself.
Yeah. But I quite liked it. It's just not my cup of tea again. Like the two coasters there are just like not my cup of
not
tea.
for you.
So I appreciate them, and I think like it's a solid lineup considering the kind of park
The
that it
scale of
is.
the park,
Yeah. But it's just not my jam, to be honest.
Yeah, no, I'm a huge fan of Speed.
Well, this is like your dream park,
It's
basically.
good. Yeah, and this is it, right? Like two rides that I really rate.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is really the perfect combination of rides. But yeah, no, Speed. I don't know why. Well, first of all, it climbs the lift up really slowly.
Oh my god. Because what were we saying? Like when we were going up it, and you were like, "Oh, it'll be like really fast."
Yeah, I thought you'd be. No.
And then we literally crawled up like a snail.
Yeah, well, yeah, I thought it would. I didn't remember that it went up really slowly. Because Soar goes up in no time, right? It like boosts you up.
Yeah.
Obviously, because it runs multiple trains, so it has to get up there quickly. Whereas this one, it like crawls up. It takes ages.
Ages.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's funny though. But yeah, that drop though, going over. I mean, I like drops like that. Well, ones that are beyond vertical. But it just has so much oomph, you know, and like it feels massive as well because the structure's so small. You go up vertical and you come down vertical. You just kind of look over and you don't see the drop like directly in front of you, and you just whip over it. It's great. It's like quality drop. I think it's one of my favorite drops in the UK, easily.
Wow.
I love it. I don't know what was so good about it, but it was just really good. And then you go into the airtime hill, which is like full on ejector airtime. Again, quality. The turnaround's cool. The loop, but
we don't need a loop. Thanks. It's not needed. Not necessary.
I'm not a huge fan of loops. I'd rather it be something else. The turnaround should have been like a dive loop or something. A dive loop into like an overbanked kind of like hill. So get this, yeah. Airtime hill, dive loop, so you go up, twist over, back round.
Yeah.
Then, but you come, how it's like angled. So the loop is like parallel but not quite parallel. So you got your dive loop, but it comes out angled. Then you go up, like bank hard right into an overbanked turn, which replaces where the loop would go, and then up into the mid course. That would have been bliss.
Yeah. Alas.
Well, I mean, it's still pretty good. The current turn they've got is pretty good, and this was like one of the first kind of custom Eurofighters out there. 2005, this was. Pretty early. Okay. Yeah. So
that's why there's a loop then, isn't it? Because loops were all the rage back then, weren't they?
Wow. They've always been all the rage, but yeah, it was.
But they're not so much anymore, is what I mean.
Well, I guess. But yeah, no, it was an early coaster, like for that kind of style. And yeah, it's pretty good. And then you hit the mid course, go into the Heartline roll. Always love a good Heartline roll. And then you end with the 180-degree swoopy turn to the left, and then like the helix, and then into the brake bump. Yeah, it's cool. It's a neat layout. It like gets the job done, and still has enough variety and interesting parts. So,
just needs some theming, man. It's so empty over
All
there.
of it needs theming.
Yeah. It just needs a bit of something else, and it would be amazing. Like it would be quite easy to jazz it up enough for it to be like a bit special. I guess. You see what I mean?
Yeah. I feel like the problem with where speed is, it's in its own little area that's cut off from the rest. Completely
cut off.
And then people like go down there, and that's it. You have to go down. If you want to ride speed, you go, I'm going to go down here.
Yeah.
But so it doesn't get much traffic.
No, because when we rode it the first time, we were like the first people of the day or whatever, and she had hardly any people coming down there. Yeah. Because I don't think, unless you like studied the map properly, or like, thought about where it might be. Like if you spent your day in the main part of the park, unless you looked at the map, I don't think you'd know there's another coaster.
No.
Do you see what I mean? Because it's not that visible from the main section.
You can see the coaster, but you can't see the way to get
exactly.
Yeah.
You'd be like, well, where is it then?
Yeah. It's strange.
I'll tell you the other one that I liked. The one in the trees. Absolutely hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, it just looks so good because it was just completely in a forest.
Yeah.
And it was actually like quite intense.
Wow.
For like intense? A child ride.
It's a Tivoli though, like they're all like that. But the fact that the train is like 400 miles long, that's the thing. It's like
it's just
20
it was just funny, wasn't it?
Yeah. The problem with those is like if you sit anywhere in the middle, you get the most boring ride ever because the front obviously goes down the drop. Whereas the back's still on the lift hill. Yeah. So if you're at the front, you get kind of like pushed along. Right. If you're at the back, you get pulled along. But if you're in the middle, you go over every hill like perfect.
Just normal.
And it's completely slow.
Yeah. Nah, you've got to go on the back row because it's so funny watching it from the back.
Yeah. Watching the whole train
it's
go around.
It's so good.
Yeah. It does speed up and slow down a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah.
There's one part that you don't think you're gonna make it over.
No, because he put us all at the back as well, didn't he?
Yeah, so you waited,
we were like,
waited
okay,
the back
cool.
of the train roads, yeah.
Yeah,
made
that was good. What else was there that was funny? We went on the pedal cars, which was good. Not cars.
Boats.
The pedal boats.
Yeah.
Around the little lake by by
Megaphobia.
Megaphobia.
Yeah.
That was cool.
They're nice.
I kind of recommend.
I thought that they were just like there. I didn't realise they're like a ride where you're meant to do a lap.
Yeah.
I always thought you could just kind of like
go out.
Yeah, mess around on them.
Well, you could, but you just get stuck in the reeds and that.
Yeah, but I mean, like, spend your own amount of time. That's what I mean.
But maybe you could have gone round more than once and just kept going round.
I mean, you can't exactly tell you off.
The problem is, like, it's technically like a route. It's not just a big lake where you can go where you want.
Yeah.
Like, it actually has a route that you need to follow. But that was good.
Mm-hmm. Very nice to use Megaphobia down there.
Yeah. The shot tower was shut.
Yeah, Bounce. Bounce has been shut for like 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
Allegedly, they're opening it for summer. Apparently, that's not a that's a knockoff ride as well.
What do you mean a knockoff ride?
Like, not S&S, not the company that's known to build those rides.
Okay.
It's a
cheapo one.
Cheapo version.
Of course. Yeah.
Because they have a disco, like
oh my god, disco spin.
Yeah.
Death Machine.
But again, that's a knockoff. So they're normally made by Zamperla.
Yeah.
And you can tell if it's Zamperla because the little bit that sits in the middle of the circle.
Yeah.
You know, it's like raised.
Yeah.
Is a triangle.
Ah.
Okay. Like a triangle with rounded edges.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas this one is a square.
Right.
And someone was telling me that it doesn't reach full speed because it's a knockoff. So, like, you know, the normal ones would hit a certain speed to go all the way up the edges, whereas this one just doesn't go anywhere near that speed.
Why is that? Because they can't regulate it.
I don't know.
That's ridiculous. Yeah, I refuse to go on that.
Yeah, no. It ain't it.
No. The kids area was nice as well. The Neverland knockoff Disney area.
I mean, knockoff Disney. What Disney Neverland stuff is there except for like Peter Pan ride?
Peter Pan ride?
Yeah,
and the film Peter Pan.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah, but you can just tell they're trying to be all like, you know.
Well, of course, but that's like... But only because you kind of think about those characters with Disney, right?
Yeah.
Like, the original story is not Disney.
No, and that's why they can do it.
Exactly.
But I kind of don't like that kind of theming where they take a theme that they can't actually do the IP of, and then they just go like, oh, here's a generic pirate. Not Captain Hook, it's just a pirate. Like, I'd rather them do... It's like if Drayton Manor was just to do like a train-themed area, and you'd be like, we all know you're trying to... Like a blue train. Right. You'd be like, we all know you're trying to be Thomas the Tank Engine, but it just makes it a bit weird that it's not actually branded.
Yeah, I get what you
I'd
mean.
rather them just say it's a pirate area rather than trying to be like Peter and Wendy, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but...
Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean, but I guess they're just trying to have more of an appeal, aren't they?
Yeah, but it just doesn't do it for me.
No.
You're either Peter and Wendy or you're not.
Yeah.
That was like okay themed.
Yeah, I mean,
they tried quite a bit there.
The best themed part of the park, right?
Yeah.
So
aside from the fabulous pumpkin that they've got going on.
The big pumpkin.
The big pumpkin.
Yeah, so one of the other big coasters in the park is Creepy Crawler, which is some sort of awful Pinfari roller coaster. I think it's Pinfari.
It looks so bad.
It doesn't go upside down or anything. It's like a relatively tame layout, but for some reason
it's like
it's got over the shoulder restraints, which is absolutely tragic.
It's like Octonauts, but like bigger. Do you see what I mean? Like, it doesn't feel like a real coaster.
Yeah, no, it's a Pinfari RC40, they're like stock layout ones, but this one is like bad.
Why have they put restraints on it then? Just because they're trying to look cool?
I don't know.
Because it doesn't need restraints, does it?
I don't know what the other ones rock, to be fair. Hold on, let me figure out. No, the other ones have got over the shoulders as well.
Well, that's a bit
they're old
OTT,
rides.
Guys.
They're really old, that's why.
Right, well, just put a nice little lap bar on instead.
Yeah, no, it's it ain't it.
No, and this is the one that they themed to James and the Giant Peach, and then didn't have the right, so they had to change it into a pumpkin.
Exactly. So originally it was called...
This will be good.
Flight of the Giant Peach.
No way. Nothing about that. No. Nothing about that ride says Flight of the Giant Peach to me. At all.
There's a picture here.
Wing Coaster Flight of the Giant Peach, maybe.
There's a picture here with a kid in the train. You know, I would not put my child on this.
No. It's actually a bit tragic, that area, because now they've rethemed it to like Halloween area.
Yeah. So yeah, it was a peach, right? And then essentially you entered via a big peach.
Yeah, and you can tell it's still a peach shape.
It's now a pumpkin.
Painted a different shade of orange.
Yeah. So now it's a pumpkin. The whole area is like
oh my god,
more of a creepy area.
Yeah, but
it ain't.
The other one in that area is that dark ride with 3D glasses.
Is it spooky 3D?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, spooky 3D. What a name.
Yeah.
Second of all, the glasses are stupid.
Awful.
Third of all, why put a random good jump scare in the middle of a rubbish ride?
The jump scares actually are good. Like, they do get you.
Yeah, but it just wasn't it, was it?
No.
Like, okay, essentially, imagine Jewel, but rubbish. And instead of, like, actual theming, they've just painted the walls with, like, ghosts and stuff that's meant to look 3D with the glasses on. But
I didn't get
weird.
what it was about. I don't get what
it's
you were meant to
haunted,
be.
mate, isn't it?
Yeah, but what was the point?
I don't know.
You know?
To fill time. I don't know. And then, like, some of the elements were so random. Like, the one jump scare that got us was this car, essentially, which turns its headlights on and beeps at you.
Really
loud. What's a car got to do with anything?
Yeah.
Where are we now? I thought we were in a house.
I know.
Anyway.
It was weird. Like, it was an interesting and quite long dark ride. And yeah, had actual, like, you know, most haunted houses, they don't really scare that much.
No,
but this one
had
some
got
creepy
us,
elements.
but it was just like quite poor the whole way, and then we actually got scared. Not a fan of that one. I'm not generally a fan of those kind of things, but for some reason I really like Jewel. Well,
because Jewel is like, I don't know, it's harmless, isn't it?
But it's just done quite well for that type of, like, you know, dummy. What are they called?
Animatronics, I don't know.
Not animatronics though, are they? They're like the non-animatronic ones.
What, static ones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, people that are plastic. Yeah. That I feel like they only had about 5 actual people in there.
Yeah.
The rest of it was just other bits. And then at one point you go through like the dark and something touches your face.
Yeah.
Not having that.
Things that hang down from the ceiling.
That's so bad.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Anyway, we need to also do our pizza review.
Ah, yes.
Following on from last time at Drayton Manor.
So we've been buying pizza at theme parks recently. One, because pizza's good, but then one, because pizza's good. Usually it's good value for money.
Yeah. Usually we go to the buffet, but as it's COVID, they're just selling pizzas now, aren't they?
Yeah. So we get like a big pizza and then a garlic bread to side with.
This was more expensive than our usual.
Was it?
It was like 19.
17. It was £12.50 and then like £3.50.
Okay.
It wasn't more expensive. It was about right.
I would say the garlic bread option that we had wasn't worth £4.
No.
Because essentially it was like, you know, how do you describe those things?
It was just slices of
baguette.
Traditional,
like 3 slices of baguette.
When you think of garlic bread, your idea is, that. Whereas at other parks, you get different garlic bread.
It's a pizza base with garlic and butter on it.
Yeah. So,
which is huge.
What do you think of the pizza though? Deep dish?
It was different, wasn't it? It
Thicker.
Was, I don't know what it was about it, but it was like a bit fake. Yeah. Like the cheese was more plasticky.
Yeah, it was cheaper in every sense of the word.
And it was like a deep pan version with like loads of toppings, whereas Drayton Manor was more of an Italian style pizza where it's thin and like.
I mean, one thing I would say is the toppings were. There was a lot.
There was loads, and it was a cool selection because they didn't just have the classic margarita or pepperoni. They had ham. What was it? Ham, chicken, and pepperoni.
Yeah. Which is a really good combination.
Chicken,
that's the big trio, man.
Yeah,
that is what you want.
Which was impressive.
Yeah, for sure.
But I would say it's not the best.
No, but
I still eat it.
I'm fed up of like. When you go to a theme park and have like a crap burger, usually it's just not great. Yeah. I'd rather have pizza over that. Yeah. So it was still good.
I mean, it wasn't bad, but it's just that the other parks have excelled my expectations, whereas this one just met.
So that's the pizza review. You know, we'll keep going to parks.
We'll keep them coming.
I mean, we've been to Merlin's pizza places, loads.
Yeah.
I mean, let's have a quick roundup. So we've been to, I mean, all of Merlin ones are the same, right? So Legoland, Towers, Thorpe, Chettington, all the
Warwick
same.
Castle.
Warwick Castle.
Although at Warwick Castle we had
a
gluten-free,
fresh
so
one.
we also have tasted the gluten-free options for Merlin.
Yes.
Which we would
and they're
recommend.
Good. They're really good.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter about that.
No.
We're talking about normal pizza for normal people.
Alright, yeah, but just if you're gluten-free, ask Merlin for one because they're amazing.
And garlic bread. The
Garlic bread, everything is good.
Yeah, so what would you do? Merlin? Oh, and Blackpool. You've been to Blackpool's pizza
so
place?
I would say it goes Drayton Manor top, Merlin
changed.
second. Yeah, because Drayton just came out of the blue with this
Drayton's
pizza.
is fantastic.
I don't know what they're
it's
doing.
Like beyond the others.
Just
it's phenomenal.
close the theme park and turn it into a giant pizza restaurant.
I am not going to eat anywhere in Drayton Manor anymore.
No. Why would
Like,
you?
The pizza
Gone
is
are the
sublime.
days of hot dogs.
Seriously, yeah.
Anyway, yeah, so Drayton Manor. Merlin is a very close second because I think Merlin is like a standard like takeaway pizza.
Yeah.
Whereas Drayton was more of a like Italian-y
Fancy,
one.
Yeah.
So then Merlin and then Blackpool and then Oakwood.
Yeah, I mean, same for me, but I'd probably combine Merlin and Blackpool's together because they're
so
basically
similar.
identical
Yeah.
at this point.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, Drayton's. This is it. I like Merlin's pizza. It's not bad, but Drayton's just felt.
It was posh.
It was posh, and it felt nice.
The garlic
cooked,
bread was
you know?
amazing as well.
It felt just
Yeah.
and tasted
Like the garlic bread. Why are we talking about this for so long?
garlic bread was
The garlic
fantastic.
bread was so buttery and garlicky,
Yeah,
more than the Merlin ones would be.
Yeah.
They're a bit
the
drier.
Merlin's garlic bread ain't
Bit
it,
drier.
Really?
No, it's actually quite dry, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah, it is.
This was like moist
It was
garlic bread.
Perfect. Anyway,
Beautiful.
yeah. So there's your pizza review. We'll keep going with that when we. Well, we shouldn't really
Let us
because
know.
if we hit up other
Have
theme
we-
parks
what
around the
other
world,
theme
we just
parks are
shouldn't eat
there?
pizza. We should eat different and more
No,
interesting
jambalaya.
things. Exactly. I mean, UK wise, yeah. What other?
We've done them all now, haven't we?
There's probably more.
Is there pizza at Flamingo Land? We must go
Probably.
back to find out.
Well, we will when Thingy opens.
Oh yeah,
Right.
Colossus 2.0.
That's never opened ever.
Yeah.
Anyway, Oakwood.
Oakwood. Yeah.
Yeah, interesting park. Definitely worth a go. You know, like
It sounds tragic, but it's got two really solid rides, and I don't understand how it's so tragic when it's got two rides.
This is it, right? They have two fantastic roller coasters.
Yeah.
But the rest of the park
Don't look at it.
just isn't there.
Aside from the bobsled.
It doesn't meet the level of those two coasters.
Yeah.
So yeah, my tip, well, not tip, but what I'd say to you is it's definitely worth going for if you think you're going to enjoy those two coasters.
Yeah.
If you don't think you're going to enjoy them, it isn't worth going
If
to.
you like wooden coasters, why have you not been to Oakwood yet?
Exactly, definitely. If you want to go on a proper wooden coaster,
If you'd like to break your back,
yeah,
Get on down.
If you've been to Blackpool and want to go on an actual wooden coaster
Yeah,
that does something,
yeah.
then yeah,
there's another
Megaphobia
option there
is,
in Oakwood.
is where you have to go. And if you like saw the ride and the Smiler,
Yeah.
again, speed is there.
Yeah.
So
Also, if you want to do one of those stupid flying zip wire coaster things or whatever they are, that thing where we were like waiting for the gate to open and she was demoing it. What's that? What's that?
Damn, what is that?
It's like a dome or a U shape, and then you like swing from a zip wire.
Yeah, it lifts you up, doesn't it? And
Yeah.
releases you.
Yeah.
Sky coaster.
Sky coaster?
Yeah.
What? It's not a coaster, guys.
No,
Why
but
is
that's
it
what it's
called
called. Yeah, they got one of them.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, need to figure out how much they are because I actually kind of want to do one. But
It's a bit random, isn't it?
yeah,
Fair
but yeah,
enough.
got one of them. I think last time I went, Bounce was like in the top 3 rides for me.
Really?
Yeah, it was fantastic. I went there like 4 times.
Okay.
So hopefully when we go back, we've got season passes now for the
Woo-woo.
whole rest of the season. So we'll be
Yay.
back. They have a fireworks event. Don't know if that's going to continue. They have a Halloween event. Don't know if that's going to continue.
We'll see.
So we'll be back hopefully when Bounce reopens, allegedly in
Woo.
summer, because you get some nice views of Megaphobia going around and kind of like the rest of the park.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Oakwood, worth a go if you've never been.
Yeah.
But it's far away.
Yeah.
Like we live in Wales and it's an hour and 45.
Yeah.
So
the roads are slow, so prepare yourself.
I mean, the road, it's like an easy park to get to.
Yeah,
in the grand scheme of things,
the route is like so easy.
Yeah.
It's just because you know why? Because there's only one road in Wales, mate.
Yeah, this is it.
There's one road. You can't get lost.